Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So for today I'm going to show you how I made this journal page in my large Dylusions journal. And I've only used a few stencils, some Posca paint pens, a gel plate journal block, and that's it basically. So for starters I'm using the Dina Dyan collaboration gel plate, the set of 3. And I'm using the largest one, and I've chosen this stencil, the In Bloom stencil, which is also from Dylusions. And I've just took some Posca paint pens in some various colors, and I'm using the PC3M because they have a broad nib that won't damage your gel plate. And I'm just starting doodling. You can also just draw something on your gel plate and go to town with it. So here I'm using some lemon zest, some acrylic paints from Dylusions, and I'm spreading it out with a brayer, and I'm just taking my journal and I put it on my page. Just keep in mind that the first layer on the gel plate will be the foreground and the second layer will be the background on your page, and so on. So this is how it looks right now, but we will get rid of the white edges. I won't get rid of it completely because I like the textured look. And I'm just grabbing my brayer and some piece of paper to protect the other page. And just carefully I go around the edges with my brayer. And with the same paint that I've used before. You can use a brush, but with the brush you will lose the organic feeling. You will lose the texture because with the brush you will get everything yellow, and that's not what I want. For the next part, or for the next step, I am going to use a stencil, another dilution stencil, and I think that this is the large Maisie. And I don't know if it's available, but Diane has so much other stencils that you can use, so it's not a big problem. I'm just using some black paint to create a nice strong black silhouette. And when the paint is dry, we will doodle it with another stencil. And it's not a problem if your stencil is shifting. Just put it back on its place and continue. I just love the yellow background. So this is the Edith stencil, and I'm just using the kitty cat. And be sure that when you do this technique that the feet of the girl and the feet of the cats are at the same level, because you don't want them to look like it's levitating. That would be so weird. Alright, so this is the journal block, and before I use the pen I've sketched it out with a pencil. I haven't used the journal block that much, so I'm a little bit insecure about it, and I wanted the space to look good, so I used the pencil before, and now I'm going over it with the pen, with the uh, paint pen, a Posca paint pen, the black one, and I'm just draw over it. It's a little bit more work, but it's, yeah, for me it's not a problem. Be sure that your pen is not too juicy because it will smudge on your journal block. And if you don't have a journal block, you can use a regular ruler. And instead of making wonky lines, you can do straight lines. Or just freehand it. That's also a possibility. And here you can see me doodling the border. And instead of making the border black and white, I'm using blue. I won't bother you with all the doodling because it's kind of boring and kind of long to watch. And we're almost done with the border. Almost. And this is how it looks. And I've erased the pencil lines and now I am tracing it with a black Posca pen. Just very carefully going over the line so that it looks a little bit more straightish. Looks a little bit better with the black outlining. Okay, so for the next step, I have chosen the small and the large Jester stencil. But if you want to use something different, go ahead. And I'm using a white Posca paint pen to doodle the stencil. Just be sure that you only doodle the black part that you've painted and that you don't go on the yellow part. As you might have noticed, I put the Jester stencil underneath the silhouette stencil. This makes me a little bit more secure of where to go, and yeah, it prevents me for going over the black line. Just working on little details. And the second thing that I'm going to do is to outline it. And I'm using the stencil. And when I've finished the outlining, I will do some doodling. Or I will doodle the doodles. Just take your time when you do this. If you going too quickly, you can easily make a mistake. And to make it easier for yourself, just turn over your book or your page if you can, and instead of twisting your hand in different directions, it's much easier to turn your book upside down. Just rectifying a few little mistakes. Yep. Now I'm going to doodle the doodles. Just with a very simple zigzag. I'm doing the doodling with a white pen, but you can use any other color that you would like. Maybe some pink or gold would also be nice. Just use your imagination, right? Okay. Now I am still outlining and doing little swirls in little circles. And now we're going to work on a cat. So this is the Jester stencil, the small one, and I'm using this stencil to doodle the little kitty cat. And it's basically the same technique as what I've done with the large silhouette. I'm just doodling, and after this part I will outline it and doodling the doodles, and that's it. And this page is almost done, and I'm using the back jet stickers for the coat. You can, if you want, you can also just handwrite your own code, but my hand lettering is not that good, so I prefer to use stickers. And the kitty cat is almost done. Alright, so the kitty cat is almost done. And for the next step, we will choose a coat. And I have using some stickers, the Dylusion backchat stickers. And the code says, I will try to be nice to you, but often my mouth gets in the way. And if you don't have these backchat stickers, you can also just hand letter something. But I love these stickers and I use them quite a lot. And that's it. I've outlined the stickers and we're done. So I hope that you have enjoyed this video and I hope to see you in 2 weeks or maybe a little earlier. Who knows? Just keep on following me on Instagram and on YouTube and yeah, share what you make and see you next time. Bye bye.